Happy Tuesday, June 13th, yet another edition of Don Mafia Live, your go-through show, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST, bringing you the latest and most breaking news across the NFL, accompanied by the most amateur analysis you've ever seen in your entire life. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. You did read that title correctly. Sean McDermott is set to go on stage and take an interview and take his pre-minicamp presser at about 11:45 today. And for the rest of the time while we wait, I really just want to go on ahead and dive into the live chat thoughts. Not sure about you guys, but I did see this one tweet from the Buffalo Bills, okay? I saw this tweet right here, and I was hoping to see Stefon Diggs. But knowing Buffalo Bills, knowing Sean McDermott action, he's not going to tell us whether or not Diggs is there until his actual conference, right? We have our boy J.A. coming in, okay? Nice little sweatshirt and some swim trunks, it looks like. James Cook just showing up shirtless. My dude, all right? Somebody rolling in on a motorized scooter. I think that's pretty dope. And then look at that. Dawson Knox rolling in. I'm sure more of the players are rolling in from time to time. We already know how that plays out. Welcome. Make sure you are smashing that like button. As always, this stream is brought to you by the Manta Sleep Mask. Ladies and gentlemen, I have never been able to nap in my entire life. Mostly because light really bothers me. I need blackout curtains, everything for me to even get somewhat of efficient sleep. This thing has helped me out tremendously. It's very comfortable. It completely allows me to dive into REM sleep, and my productivity has shot through the roof because I was always team no nap for the longest time. But then as soon as when I found this thing, down myself a nice little hour or two power nap right in between my workday, between my Don Mafia live stream, Bill's Mafia happy hour. This thing has truly changed my life. And they are hooking up my audience as well. Link in the description. It's going to give you 10% off if you use my code. It's a great gift for a girlfriend, for a mother, for somebody you know that just gets absolute shit sleep. This is what it is. Monta Sleep Mask. Check them out. Show them some love. They know precisely what they are talking about. King Jamie the Mad's coming in. Kansas City Chiefs fan, locked in. Y'all's mini camps this week too, right, brother? Or is it next week? Like, I mean, I'm not necessarily sure about other teams like schedules. I saw the Jets canceled theirs. I saw like a few other teams ended up canceling their last couple of days of OTAs. But super cool. So glad that you always continuously come in to support the boy. And guys, let you know, this is not just a random stream. This right here is a weekly show, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST. I go live every single Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. And then also Bill's Mafia happy hour at 5 p.m. As I'm sure many of you can probably guess, I'm going to be recapping all of day one from Buffalo Bills mandatory minicamp. Let's just hope that we don't have any BS story about Stefon Diggs not being there. But I'm still optimistic that my guy is showing up. I'm sitting here scrolling through Twitter like there's absolutely no tomorrow for that update. Ronald's coming in. What's up, man? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Damon, resident Dolphins fan, coming in. What's up, man? Hope all is well. I hope your coffee is hitting you the right way that it's supposed to. I hope you guys are having a very productive Tuesday and just getting ready to start this day. Thomas Staples says, top of the morning, bro. Hope today has found you well and in good spirits. One day closer to the beginning of the season. As always, I am locked in with you, my guy. That's what I'm saying, man. I've been seeing you each and every single stream for the past couple of weeks. I appreciate that, and I am doing well, man. I'm doing well. Very good start to the morning. After this, I'm going to go on ahead and eat a quick little lunch, and I'm going to go get a workout in and then come back and keep on getting that work in, baby. Keep on getting that work in. Damon Philpott's coming in saying thoughts on the NBA Finals. It was interesting, man. Like, it was hard to beat Denver. I think that Jokic guy is kind of funny. Like, dude, like, is like the least excited athlete I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Was the most least excited athlete I've ever seen in my entire life to win a championship. It was almost hysterical. I think he even said that he asked when the parade was, and he was like, nah, I got to go home, man. Nah, I got to go home, bro. I know what you're talking about. Jizzy Fresh is coming in saying, what's up, brother, man? My kid is in school suspension. He got caught with a weed pen. Damn. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I'm sorry to hear that. So there was an airport spotting of Diggs. I'm sure he's there. I'm absolutely sure he's there. There's no issue behind that. So Scott said that I heard reports that Diggs was seen at the Buffalo airport yesterday. I heard that too. Yeah, man, things are good. Things are good. I really don't think anybody's going to, he's definitely not going anywhere. Mike is saying, did Diggs show up? As of right now, we've heard some like offbeat reports. We've heard of some offbeat reports that he was seen at the airport yesterday. I'm sure he's there, dude. I'm sure he's there. And I can't wait for it to end. But you know what? What's another 45 minutes of us having to deal with all of this absolute offseason nonsense of opposing fan bases or other like national media heads trying to plant the narrative that Diggs doesn't want to be here anymore. It's all about to be over in 45 minutes or maybe sooner. Who even knows? Let's hope how it works. I'm just enjoying this warm Montana weather right now, bro. I've been trying to plan a trip out to Montana for the longest time, for the absolute longest time. I'm trying to convince some of my friends instead of go out there for like a week and just have like an absolute like man wilderness day, Yellowstone it up, go camping, do my thing. So once that is set in stone, once that is booked, I will certainly be reaching out to you to get recommendations of places to do and things to do while I'm out there. He's definitely my kid. Listen, man. And so we all have definitely gotten into our share of trouble back in the high school days. That's for sure. When is McDermott speaking? 11:45. That's at least according to Twitter. And then we are going to watch that together. But as of right now, I just want to go on ahead and I just want to start getting everybody's thoughts. What are you wanting to see out of What are you wanting to see out of mandatory minicamp today? I know that there's a couple of things I want to watch for, a couple of reports I'm hoping that I'll be able to see, but we shall see. The Trek reviewer is coming in saying, I just wonder which is more likely, Dalvin Cook or Derrick Henry. I'd say neither, to be honest with you, man. I think the Buffalo Bills are completely fine with where our running back room is today, and so am I. I'm fine with Damian Harris. I'm fine with Latavius Murray. I'm fine with second-year James Cook. I really am. I don't think that we should spend money in that area where I think that it has been sneakily addressed this overall offseason. And I do know that the whole Derrick Henry situation, was rumored at like the beginning of the season, but I haven't really seen like I'd say any inclination that he's looking to be traded. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen any inclination that he wants to be traded or the Titans are interested in booting him off for a long time. So, not sure if there's like something that you might have saw that I haven't, and so that would be news to me. Is that even if Derrick Henry is on the floor on the option, Diggs will be here. Thumbs up, no doubt. He is, man. He is. I'm just getting so sick of hearing like a bunch of like 13-year-old fans from like the Bengals or something being like, Diggs don't want to be there anymore. Or like Cowboys fans being like, Diggs wants to be a Cowboy and play with his brother. Like everybody's so fairy tale with stuff like that, man. Like everyone in the world is so fairy tale. It's been like, oh yeah, dude, like they want to play, like the brothers want to play together. Oh yeah, dude, like this kid's son, this Hall of Famer's son wants to play for the Cowboys since his dad played for the Cowboys. Come on, dude. It's fairy tale stuff. It's not going to happen. So D-Hop did leave Tennessee without a contract. Yeah, I ended up seeing like all the stops that Tennessee put out there for D-Hop. Like I said yesterday, like they picked him up in some cab and they did some jersey swap with him. Welcome to Nashville, DeAndre Hopkins. He's visiting the Pats tomorrow and Thursday. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't walk away with a contract at that point either. So we'll see. The weather here is wild. It can rain, snow, and be sunny all in the same day. If Vaughn practices, he can't go on the PUP list, right? He seems confident. He's all healed. Hope the Bills pump the brakes. Not necessarily. Just because like he actually goes on ahead and puts in some work at mandatory minicamp, I'm not seeing him be a full participant today. I would be absolutely shocked if he was. Knowing this organization, they're going to take baby steps into it. I know that he says he doesn't want to be on the PUP list, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to be on the PUP list, right? I think that he's way too important to our pass rush. I think he's way too important to like our overall defensive mindset for us to be able to rush him back. Worst case scenario, he's not on the PUP list, and then like he's back between weeks 1 and week 4. If not, he has to be on the PUP list. So Ryan S. just said, who do you see as CB2? Is Elam going to take the spot? Ryan, we had like an actual pretty deep conversation about this yesterday. Man, there's a lot of Buffalo Bills media heads right now that are saying that they don't think so. I think that Elam just doesn't fit into the zone scheme that McDermott likes to run. So in my opinion, while I see Elam will get a share of snaps in certain situations, I think Benford's going to be CB2, man. I just think that like him or Dane Jackson, because they just fit the scheme a little bit more. And then Elam will just be out there during like particular matchups where they think that he could absolutely body somebody in man-to-man. I think it's going to be Benford, unfortunately. I could be wrong, but Greg from Cover One says Diggs showed up, and is he happy? All right, let's check Twitter. Let's check handy dandy Twitter. Everybody knows that. Let's see. Stefon Diggs. All right, share my screen here too, so everybody can look around and see what people say. So we're probably gonna see like a bunch of like trolls on here being like, "Oh, dude, heard that Diggs in there." Okay, sure, Stefon Diggs showed up on time. It was technically physically present for mandatory minicamp, but was he actually happy? Okay, that was just a parody. He's essentially trying to outline the fact that if he does show up, the media is going to move the goalposts and try and get in our head again. But the second that he shows up, things are going to be fine. I can't wait to see clips of him dancing, of him dapping up Josh Allen and the rest of the team, laughing, looking happy as hell. It's going to be a good time. Trust me. Stefon Diggs carries a dead cap hit of $45.5 million. Under no circumstance will he be traded. Fiscally, it cannot happen, and functionally, it makes zero sense. So y'all can get that out of your head and stop coming up with hypotheticals. He will be here today, and y'all can go back to preparing for our Super Bowl run. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. I wish that this could have been orated and more mainstream for the longest time. It doesn't make sense. It was never a possibility. It was always something that I think people just wanted. You know what I mean? Like they're preying on the downfall. They're preying on the Bills' downfall, per usual. It's not going to happen. King Jamie's coming in saying, if Derrick Henry leaves, the fans will burn Tennessee to the damn ground. At that point, man, even with Derrick Henry, I still see that team being booty cheeks this year. I really do. I would say, like, you have the most mid quarterback in the league in Ryan Tannehill. I don't think that either. I don't think that the rookie's going to save you. I don't think that Malik is going to save you. I just don't see it. Stefon Diggs will be there. Absolutely, bro. He's going to be there. And I can't wait for this whole bullshit to be over with, really. Is Elam in danger of being traded if Benford or Dantzler end up at CB2? No. I don't think that we're going to trade away his second-year first-round pick. I'm just saying, like, right now, I think that if Elam can work on his zone game, like his ability in zone coverage, then he has the ability. But he's more of like a man-to-man guy. So it's hard, man. Like that whole theory about Elam, I'm not sure if they drafted him in the first because we needed a cornerback that bad. Like we needed a cornerback that bad that we just wanted to take the best available. And they were hoping that he could transition into his own corner, but then it turned out that he couldn't. And now he's just on our roster for situational purposes. I love Elam. Honestly, I think that he single-handedly was the reason why we beat the Dolphins in the playoff game last year. Really, I think that was that one stop that completely changed the trajectory of that game. Most stressful game I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I think he's a dog, man, but like I wouldn't be surprised if Benford is CB2 or Dane Jackson is CB2 because McDermott just doesn't think that he runs his scheme effectively. The Trek reviewer says, about 4 days ago, I saw a report that Bills contacted the Titans about the King. I mean, maybe. I'm sure that everybody makes calls about the guy, but I think that he's more than likely going to stay in Tennessee. And like I said, we should all be thrilled with our running back room this year. We should all be thrilled with our running back room. We've made moves into improving our offensive line from a run scheme, but then at the exact same time, we also ended up finally getting two relatively power backs, like good power backs. The question is, can they stay healthy? Because that's the biggest question mark around Damian Harris. Joe is coming in with a great take saying, our roster is set. We've improved in many areas of weaknesses. I expect a more aggressive defense and improved offensive line. 13-3 last year, not 10-7. People forget that. It felt like 10-7 though, right? It felt like 10-7. I felt like that was the most ungrateful 13-4 fan base I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Maybe not even ungrateful and like not even Bills Mafia. I would say, oh my God, like sometimes the criticism that we would get from like opposing fan bases, it makes you think we went like 10-7, right? It makes you think like we barely ended up finishing over 500 based off of how we performed last year. I thought the Bills did great with all things considered. 13-4 is impressive. Relax. So Kay believes that we need to save Von Miller for the end of the season. Totally agree with you. Keith Stewart, good morning. What's up, brother? Hope all is well. Sure, Diggs was a typical high-energy self, dancing and joking with teammates. But is that just the honeymoon of a new season? Oh, no. Don't you dare add to that damn narrative, bro. Diggs is fine. He's happy. He's good to go. If we carry 5 defensive ends, who do we carry? Floyd, Rousseau, Epinesa, Lawson. Basham or Ray. Dude, I think Basham's actually a really, really massive trade candidate for this team. I really do. Or release candidate, rather. Him, and then I could also see even AJ Epinesa being a trade candidate. I could, because they're going to have to make some difficult decisions. There's going to be some names. And as far as the defensive end is concerned, we're pretty deep in that category right now. So I can certainly see that being a release, so we can save some extra money going into the regular season if we wanted to make a move, say, before the trade deadline, or maybe even looking forward into the future of this team, and so off seasons to come. So there's a lot of different things that could be going down here. So Calvin says, sorry I'm late. I saw a stupid tweet that said Diggs appears to be happy, but the media loves to twist things. So they are questioning. Dude, Calvin, I think that you were talking about Greg's, and he was being sarcastic. He was being facetious. Like, there was no official report that he's even showed up yet, besides the fact that some people say, oh, yeah, we saw him at the airport. So nothing from the Bills so far besides these pictures of some of our players showing up. It's the only thing we've seen so far from this whole thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and just continuously refresh until Glenn says, I'm being real. Why did the discussion of Diggs not showing up even come up? What reason would he not? I think people were just kind of cling to that whole, like, him being mad at Josh Allen in the playoff game. Like, that's just something that the media and opposing fan bases ran with the entire season, like the entire offseason, saying, oh, he wants out of Buffalo. He's going to request a trade. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. So I think that's why, like, Bills fans, vast majority of us, like, realistic ones that understand how much of a financial burden it would be for us to let him be traded or for him to walk away, knew that he was coming the whole time. It's just frustrating, like, when you see a bunch of trolls trying to get into our head saying, oh, yeah, he's not showing up. He's going to be a Dallas Cowboy. Like, Diggs is going to be a Dallas Cowboy this year with his brother. Like, it was just dumb. When is minicamp starting? I can't wait to see Diggs for real. Go Bills. 2024 Super Bowl. Sean McDermott is set to talk to the media in 25 minutes. We're all going to react to this together on this stream. And then practice starts at 12:15 p.m. It'll probably last for a couple of hours. And then I will be going live for Bills Mafia Happy Hour at 5 p.m. so we can go through everything together. Matthew C. is coming in and saying, I heard Damian Harris is rocking it, so he may be the feature back instead of Cook. I've said this from the jump. I like James Cook. I think he has a lot of future. But if Damian Harris can stay healthy, that dude is the dude. That dude is going to be our feature back if he can stay healthy. I think Latavius Murray is going to be our situational goal line, third and short sort of running back. They're both absolute powerhouses, a power style run. But yeah, I totally agree. I want to see James Cook involved in the passing game. I really want to see James Cook involved in the passing game. I really do. That was his strength in Georgia, and it was frustrating that we just couldn't see him utilized in that area. Keith and Suzanne, what's going on? Long time no see. Hey, Dan, have you heard yet from St. John Fisher training camp tickets will be available? We need to see the team with our own eyes. Keith and Suzanne, I haven't heard that, but let's see. Let's see together. St. John Fisher, Buffalo Bills training camp tickets. Because I would be interested actually in flying up to see. I'm going to be training camp. Maybe this is it. No, that's 2022. That doesn't help. Bills announced training camp once again at 2023. Not seeing anything about tickets yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they release that information after the conclusion of mandatory minicamp. I would also be very interested. Oh, what does it even say? That's not Stefon Diggs, is it? It was Daquan Jones. It was Daquan Jones. My guy rolling in with an electric scooter. Can't be upset. But hey, so Keith and Suzanne, thank you so much for tuning back in. Always a solid thing. And so can you imagine if we get Aaron Donald? Listen, man, I mean, that would be cool. And so I'm not going to go out there and say that that would be cool, but man, so I feel like as a content creator, I need to be able to hype you up, but at the same time, I also need to be able to bring some sort of tapered expectations. Like there's no way that we would get that guy. There's no way. There's no way that we could afford the guy, and then number two, it just wouldn't happen. Colin, has Diggs showed up? No official report yet. No official report yet. As you can see, I have literally been refreshing this Twitter feed for the past hour and some change. And haven't seen anything. There has been reports though. There has been reports that they have seen him at the airport. So should be interesting. So defense is going to be killer this year as long as they stay healthy. We need to. And it's something that we need to keep a very close eye on, because both of our safeties are both of our safeties are in their 30s. We have Trey White that was coming off of an ACL injury just 2 years ago. So let's just stay healthy. I really hope our training staff is working over the clock, is working overtime to make sure that these guys are good, because this is interesting. And so I don't think we will get rid of AJ. I think Basham is the weakest link. So AJ has quite a 6-sack season last year, a quiet 6-sack season, which is funny because Frank Clark had 6 sacks last year as well. Yeah, most definitely. I saw a couple of people disappointed that we didn't go for Frank Clark. I think that was just a name, in my opinion. His production really didn't justify the money that he got, in my opinion. I think Leonard Floyd, I'm so much happier with that. I'm happy with AJ Epinesa. I just said out of all the players for us to actually get a trade and for us to actually get things out of, like say we wanted to grab some more picks or something like that for the following year, I feel like AJ is really the only candidate that I think other teams would be interested in sending off assets to get, right? I think Boogie is potentially a release candidate, but as far as convincing another team to give us picks or for them to shell over some assets, I think AJ Epinesa is really the only one that the Bills, A, would entertain a trade for, and then B, from that perspective, and so a team actually would want to trade for him. That's me. DF Forever is coming in saying, "Sup, Dan, slap that like button like a woodpecker in heat." I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, smashing that like button, super easy way to support the channel. It's free, and it takes less than half a second. It does a great job helping me out with that YouTube algorithm. Definitely always a solid thing. Lots of good talk on Dalton Kincaid. Only a 14-hour drive. I saw something on Buffalo Fanatics the other day. I think it was Z-Bot was saying that, according to their source, somebody told Rico and Z-Bot apparently that Dalton Kincaid looks like a future first ballot Hall of Famer. And when I heard that, I was like, and so is that like a homer take? It might be. And don't get me wrong, I've had my share of homer takes. I'm not even going to lie to you. I definitely have. I love this team, and it's easy to get excited. But apparently, these guys are dying on that hill. They're dying on that hill that this guy is a credible source. And coming from that dude, it means something. It absolutely means something. Troy, rolling in. Good morning. Good morning, Troy. Good to see you, man. Leah's coming in saying, "Hey, Dan, at work, trying to keep up with the latest. So excited. Let's go, Bills." Leah, hey, that's awesome. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me while you're on the clock, while you're working, while you're grinding away. Sean McDermott should be live here in about 20 minutes. So we're going to react to that together, see what he has to say, and then just go from there. Matthew C. is saying, yeah. And so I've been hearing that Kincaid is speculating to be a beast early in his career. Glenn, and so I understand why Diggs was not happy with Allen, but he's getting paid. He's not so unhappy to not show up and get fined. Yeah, dude. If that guy didn't show up I think it was something like $30,000 per practice you didn't show up to. Why the hell would you just shell out $100,000 in fines? Nah. And so I don't even care how rich you are. Like losing out $100,000 in 3 days, I'd be pissed. I could care less if I signed a contract for like 90 million. Like losing 100 grand in 3 days is a significant amount of money, regardless of how much money you have. For dates and times of practices, contact the Bills Camp hotline at 1-877-BB-TIX. This is what I found for training camp. I love that. I love that. Luis, what's up? What's up, man? And so I'm not worried. Diggs had the helmet on. Ryan S. He's coming in. He's saying, and so do you see a big role for Taylor Rapp on defense? I definitely do, man. I think safety is such an important depth position that we needed. I really think that he's going to do well. So between Poyer, Hyde, Rapp, hopefully he'll be able to like step in and take away some snaps because Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer back in their prime, man. I'd say even as close as last year, dude. Like Poyer was out there like sometimes close to like 90, 92, 93% of the snaps, like a lot. He's getting older up there. So I think Taylor Rapp is a great depth move. I think he might be able to take a little bit of heat off of either him or Hyde. And then hopefully DeMar Hamlin can like sort of like hop back as well. So there's a lot of different moves that we can put in place. We've even heard rumors where the DB coach was saying that Christian Benford has the size and football IQ to make a transition over safety. So who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if we see Christian Benford taking some snaps, if not during minicamp, but during training camp, of him like playing at the safety position. I wouldn't be surprised because we have to start and so I suppose like it's planning for the future. Okay. So I can't believe y'all upset that Diggs was mad about us losing. I think y'all mad because he just attacked his bro, but we all do when we know our brother is better than that. Yeah, most definitely. And so I don't think that we were mad, right? And so I don't think that like we were mad at him for losing. Like that was like all like well said and done. I love Stefon Diggs. Top 5 receiver, does great. The only thing that sort of rubbed me the wrong way is that like, why does Dude Man go on some like podcast tour being like, man, I just don't understand like why we're not winning. And then when you have an opportunity of going there and go in the lab with your boys and working OTAs, voluntary or not, and like you don't show up, like, come on. Like that's like hypocritical. You know, I think that's why people were mad. Because like when he went on all those podcasts being like, yeah, man, I just don't understand why we can't win. And then like he's not going to OTAs. Like he's not going to voluntary OTAs to be in the lab. I wouldn't even care. And so I wouldn't even care if dude didn't show up to voluntary OTAs. I've never cared. I've never cared if a player didn't show up ever. But it just kind of pissed me off. It just kind of pissed me off when like he was going on that podcast tour. And like, yeah, man, like what's up? And like you don't show up for your boys in OTAs, like, come on. So practice what you preach, you know what I mean? Hey, Dan, and greetings from Australia. What's up, man? How you doing? Mate, and so do you think Bean will trade Boogie or Epinesa for another player, draft picks? What are your thoughts on that, buddy? Yeah, dude. So I think that Epinesa is the only candidate that a team would trade for, right? And I think that he is the only one that's attractive enough to another team that they would shell off assets and give to the Buffalo Bills. Boogie Basham, I would be shocked if somebody sent over any sort of asset for him. I could see Boogie Basham certainly being a release candidate, like us releasing him. But as far as anybody that could be like attractive enough for another team to want to trade for, I think it would be Epinesa. I think the defensive end position is going to have a shock move. I think that 2 of those names you just listed are going to be it if a move is made. We're just going to have to wait. But yeah, most definitely, man. I could definitely see so with AJ Epinesa like being on into the trade block for some extra picks. I really do. Dan, is Kincaid enough to help on the weapons end of this offense for this year, or do we need more to get us over the top? I feel like if he is as good as a slot option as everybody in the world is talking about, I think that we're going to be in great shape. I think we're going to be in fantastic shape as long as he lives up to the hype. Even if he goes up to like 60, 70% of his potential in the NFL, it's going to be an improvement because we didn't have a credible threat in the slot last year. That's half the reason, in my opinion, why I think we absolutely blew. We absolutely blew rate in the red zone, really. Because say, for example, that you take that out as a common denominator, because prior to last year, our red zone offense was filthy. It was almost automatic. But then last year, we weren't. The common denominator there was not having a credible slot option. Once Beasley was out, we didn't have a credible slot option. And then Diggs was always double teamed, and then hence Josh Allen struggled. So I really think that he's going to make it happen. Absolutely, man. And so Diggs is always going to have Josh Allen's back. It's true. David is coming in saying, what time is the press scheduled? In about 13 minutes, man. We're going to watch it together on this stream, react a little bit, and see what's going on. The direct reviewer, I will compare Knox and Kincaid to being the new Pete Metzellers and Keith McKellar. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm 31 years old. Not familiar with the names. Not familiar with the names, man. I'm really not. But I hope that's right. And since they were named, I can guarantee you that it would probably be something Bills fans would love. So what Calvin Tim is saying, with our elite safeties, we shouldn't give up any Hail Marys to Jay Jettas, those catches on fourth down, right? And so we did give up a pretty memed out Hail Mary when Trey White, Poyer, and Hyde were covering Diop a couple of years ago. I'm sorry to rip open new wounds. Richard Forbes says, be a part of the solution, not the problem. 1,000%. Ronald Enoch says, I hope the sound is really good. You know that for some reason, One Bills Drive just doesn't invest in microphones for the reporters. So we're just going to have to use context clues. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Most definitely. And so we know that. But, like, I'm just saying, like, that podcast interview, I was kind of like, and so why aren't you in the lab with your boys, though? Right? Like, be a part of that solution. But like I said, bro, like, I'm not mad at Diggs at all. He's literally, like, my favorite player on the team. Him and Matt Milano are my favorite players on the team. So I'm not mad at all. I was just playing a little, devil's advocate here. Oh, man, we're going off about this interview here. It's not that deep, y'all. It's not that deep. And so they were Jim Kelly's go-to players when under pressure. And if they compare him to, bingo. I love it. We had just lost a heartbreaking game after a heartbreaking episode with DeMar. There was no excuse for Diggs to show up. The frustration we all felt. Like the camera wasn't going to Allen. Keith Stewart's coming in saying, I think Kincaid will have a great rookie year as long as they play him. Rookie of the year in my mind. Fun fact, a tight end has never won rookie of the year. A tight end has never won rookie of the year. Ever. I'm hoping that he could considerably prove us all wrong. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, the Bills just tweeted. There he is. Talk to me. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold up. Where's he at? Where's Diggs?
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Mitch Morris. Dalton, my guy. Daquan Jones.
What up?
Poyer. And Oliver, he's happy for being paid.
Reporting for duty, sir. Let's go.
Look it.
They want a minicamp. Let's get it.
Gabe Davis.
Good morning.
He's vibing. Vaughn,
Good morning. We are back.
what a beard. Yo, dude, of course they don't show him. Of course they don't show him. Of course they don't show Diggs. They don't show Diggs. Of course they don't. They're making us wait until Sean McDermott asks. Why do they do that shit? Why do they do that shit, man? I feel like this PR team knows exactly what they're doing. Because you want to know why? Like, they want us to watch this press conference. They want us to watch this press conference with Sean McDermott so bad. And they know that if we show Stefon Diggs in this promo, no one's going to watch it because everybody knows. Everybody knows what's happening right here. Dude. James Lucas is saying, what's up, bro? How long have you been a Bills fan? I'm seeing a lot of people having the Bills at a record of 11-6. What do you think? James, man, listen, I was born in Buffalo. I was born in Mercy Hospital, South Buffalo specifically. I lived on Crystal Street. I moved to Hamburg afterwards. I stayed there till I was about 13 years old. I started following the Bills as soon as when I could start making a cognitive thoughts, my friend. My dad was a diehard fan through the Super Bowl years. I have pictures and home videos of me watching the game with him when I was 1 or 2 years old. I really didn't start understanding the game, obviously, until I was like 5 or 6. But my whole life, man. My whole life. Love the Bills. My favorite thing. I think 11-6, man. I think that's a little pessimistic. We do have a relatively difficult schedule this year, but so does the AFC East. I think the rest of the AFC East got very good. I think the Jets are going to be good this year. I think the Dolphins are going to be good this year if Tua can miraculously play more than 6 or 7 games. I think the Patriots really aren't going to be that bad. I don't think the Patriots are going to be as bad as everyone's saying that they're going to be. I'm still looking at a 12-5, 13-4. That's what I'm looking at. DF Forever saying, I smell something. Oh, no. What is it? A clickbait video from the Buffalo Bills. Clickbait, man. Listen, dude, you know what? And so I came up on clickbait videos. I came up. As annoying as they are, like, and so I don't do them. And so I don't do them anymore. But back in the day, and so I came up on that. And so I'm from Baltimore. People ask me all the time. And so how I became a Bills fan, my dad, that's why I was in love with the Bills since he was Marshawn Lynch. I love that, man. I love that. That's got to be tough being surrounded by all those Ravens fans and then being like, man, how the hell are you a Bills fan? You know, like you have to go through like that like massive explanation. It's wild. It's wild. And so I live in South Carolina right now. Luckily, there's surprisingly a lot of Bills fans down here. There's this Bills backer bar down the road where literally hundreds show up every single game. It's wild. Jason Phillips coming in. That's our Broncos fan coming in saying they're not winning 13 games with that schedule. Let's see. Hey, listen, Troy has always been the optimistic fan that I love. I love it. So Jordan Smith is coming in saying 13-4. I'm seeing that too. Hell, Dan, it's 1:30 a.m. here, and this presser is going to kill me if I don't kick off on time. Listen, man, I really hope that a reporter hops in and asks, is Diggs there? Or, like, that's the first thing that he addresses once it comes in. Because we need to keep on just refreshing stuff because normally it just kind of shows up on the Bills presser so we can kind of get what it is. Smirky Al says, you know, man, Ravens fans aren't bad. They love us until they play us. Yeah, that's good. And so Ravens fans really haven't like been like huge trollers like to us, like not unless like they play us. Like definitely not compared to some other fan bases that just give us a bunch of shit. Nick, Australia, massive Bills Mafia over in Australia. I would love to see like what like a Bills Mafia like watch party would be like over there. But granted, since it's like 1:30 for you right over there for any 1 o'clock game, holy shit. Yeah. for any 1 o'clock game you could potentially be watching, that would be like 3 a.m. or something like that, right? Like, damn, 3 a.m. or something along those lines. Luckily, the Bills don't have many 1 o'clock games this year. That's for damn sure. So Morris is coming in saying 12-5. Bill is saying, and so I'm in Virginia, and so at the store, the box of Don Russ football cards had a J17 on the front. Dude, he's taking over. He's taking over the media right now. It's a beautiful thing. Matthew C., a good friend of mine is a Ravens fan, lives in Baltimore. Yeah, dude, honestly, like, I mean, I have several friends that are Ravens fans, and they really don't talk a lot of shit. They really don't talk a lot of shit. They do hate the Steelers, though. They do hate the Steelers, and they do hate the Bengals, and they do hate the Browns. So, like, they're pretty mean to, like, their division rivals, but, like, everybody else, they just, you know, they've always kind of given respect. Jason Phillips is saying, on a scale from 1 to 10, what will the panic meter be at if Stefon Diggs doesn't show up? I'm not even, like, putting that into the realm of possibility, but if he doesn't, yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'd be like, what the hell is going on here? Is our, like, number one receiver not going to be there this year? Is he going to sit out? Is he going to do his thing? But nah, dude, he's not, dude. He's getting a bag this year. He's getting a bag this year, bro. His money kicks in, I believe, next year. Yeah, I believe his money kicks in next year. Where, like, he's, like, getting paid, like, $18 million a year, and, like, this is his last year. So I think he'll be all right. So Nicholas says Super Bowl day is the best because kickoff is at 10:30 a.m. and drinks start at 9:30. Oh, wouldn't that be dope? A Super Bowl Sunday that started at 10:30 a.m. and, like, you start the party at 6 a.m. and have all your boys over. That's got to be something. Michael Billy is coming in saying, I am by far the biggest Bills fan in San Diego. And so I'm in Buffalo right now visiting family. Go Bills. San Diego. Great place. The Trek reviewer is saying 15-2. I'm loving it. Jacob Spears is saying the exact same thing. Diggs was spotted at the Buffalo airport this morning. And so were there pictures. Pictures, or we'll see. Dude, okay. So the Bills should be streaming this on Twitter here shortly. We should keep on watching the clock. Was there pictures, though? Was there pictures? Smirky Al is coming in saying, this is going to be the season when Josh and Diggs go absolutely crazy. I really hope that's the case. I really, really hope that that's the case. I think that they will. I have a lot of confidence that this is going to happen. Jason Phillips is saying 15-2 is ridiculous. Oh, man. Yo, let us dream. Let us dream. No, man. I've said 12-5. I've said 13-4. It's a hard schedule. It's a hard schedule this year. And so our division got better. A lot of people got better. It's a Super Bowl Monday in Australia. I love it. Super Bowl Monday. Oh, man. If I lived in Australia, I would not be going to work. Michael Billy said, I just heard that on Locked On Bills this morning. So Josh looks more happy. And so, to be honest, I'm starting to think he had issues with his ex. I mean, dude, legitimately was, you know. Oh, man. Okay. So I'm refreshing the page right here until I see the stream from the Bills. It should be starting any second. So it normally takes a while for the Bills to tweet it out, but should be starting here any second. Nice. So I've been a Bills fan since I was 10, so I've been there through everything when the Bills, from the 4 Super Bowl losses, the Titans playoff loss, and we can forget the loss of the Chiefs in 13 seconds. I think that was my first true Bills heartbreak, was the Music City Miracle. I would say that was the Music City Miracle was the biggest thing. Sitting here waiting for this stream to start. Once it starts, Lucas Harrington saying excited to run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. I heard his ex got $4 million to sign an NDA and say nothing. Damn. The power of that. You know what I mean? So dude doing something shady, just be like, hey, baby, here's $4 million, sign an NDA. Don't say a word. You good. The power of that, man. The absolute power. Okay, one would assume that they're probably just running a little late. Let me know if I'm going crazy, but Sean McDermott should be going on any second. I'm just waiting on Twitter to get this going. So it's available on the Bills app. Yeah, it is, but it's always streamed on Twitter. And then this is the only way where I could actually like stream this for you guys to see without YouTube taking it off. That's the only thing. It's the only way, like when YouTube like doesn't like take it off or like I get copyrighted or something like that. So I typically have to go through Twitter. He'll be on any second. My dream is 17-0 with the Super Bowl run. Wouldn't that be? Seasoned Beast. Music City Miracle was a forward pass. It definitely was. It definitely was. I remember my dad coming in, just being completely crazy about it. All right, Sean, where you at? The people are waiting. The people are waiting, Shawnee. I'm just going to go straight to the Bills. I'm just going to go straight to the Bills Twitter and just keep being a crazy person. Let's see. Should be on any second. And so Music City Miracle was a forward pass. Completely ruined my life. Talk to me. Sean McDermott's probably taking a piss or something. Lucas Harrington says, refresh a million times. I've been doing it, man. Oh, yeah, by the way, make sure you hit that like button on the way in, guys. It's completely free. It takes less than a second, and it helps me out with that YouTube algorithm, baby. Okay? I go live every single Monday through Friday, at 11 a.m. EST. And then I also go live every single Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. EST for Bills Mafia Happy Hour. If that's your cup of tea and you like to ride with me, this sort of content, we talk about the Bills, we talk about the NFL. We have a very exciting regular season for you guys. Knock it out. Make it happen. I would love to rock with you guys. That's for sure. And by the way, while we're waiting for Sean McDermott to hurry up and talk to the people, of course he's taken a million times. McDermott knows we're waiting. And so my dude Nicholas in Australia over here, he's fighting the urge to just completely pass out. He just wants to hear one thing. He just wants to hear one thing. Is Diggs there? And he's not. By the way, right before we dive into this, like I said, the stream is sponsored by the Monza Sleep Mask, the ultimate sleep mask on the face of the planet. Helps me nap. Completely blacks out everything. Like I could be an NFL ref right now. Like I can't see shit. It helps me get into this REM sleep. It's a beautiful thing. Great gift for a girlfriend. Great gift for a mother, somebody that you know that has a hard time sleeping. Link is in my description. And then also, dude, McDerm, where the hell are you, bro? I'm trying to do this. Monza Sleep Mask. Link in the description. Check it out. It's a beautiful thing. So Diggs showed up. McDermott did not. Yo, watch McDermott be like, actually, on second thought, I'm not talking to you people. McDermott's rolling in being like, I'm not talking to you people. He's watching all of us sitting there salivating over the fact that he's going to come in and talk to us about what we want to hear about the Buffalo Bills, and he's not here. He's coming. He's coming. I hope so, at least. Now all I want to do is punch out some Z's. I get it, man. I get it. It's Wednesday over there for you, bro. Yeah, McDermott's holding out. Sean, Sean's watching the security cameras, and he's like, I cannot go live. I cannot go live until I see that man walking into the building, or there's going to be problems, or people are going to drive me nuts. Sal? What? What? Stefon Diggs is not at mandatory. Okay, here it is. Let's talk.
And we'll move forward from there.
What?
Yeah. Continue to work on our fundamentals, the foundation we're building. Getting the guys back out there executing. I think we've had a good offseason to this point. Obviously you always, this time of year, you're putting in some new things, and you're trying to look at them and say, hey, is this what we want to take into training camp? And I think that's all good for us. So we've had good conversations about some of those things, and the players are, they're working hard at it.
Different you're looking for, or is there anything this class during Minicamp?
Yeah, I mean, I've been pleased with the competition there, from T. Dot and Terrell and Bernard and Balin, AJ. They're all Tyler. They're all working hard at it. When they've gotten their opportunities, they've looked good. So I think the competition continues. We'll see where it goes. What we always do is, we kind of reset the board a little bit after the next couple of days as we head into the summer break, and then we get into training camp and we start from there.
Yo.
So, the guys been working hard to this point.
Kind of along those lines, Sean, there's a lot of changes, obviously, and that's a yearly thing. How far along, how much progress do you think you've made, and how vital is this week at all positions to kind of setting the table for St. John?
Yeah, it's huge. You don't discard what work's already been done in the OTAs leading up to this week. The rules are very similar in minicamp. It's not like we can all of a sudden put on pads or anything like that. So just the evaluation continues, and the reps will continue. And we try and, kind of reset things going into these 3 practices. And then again, as you mentioned, Adam, we'll set it and close up shop the right way so that when we hit St. John Fisher, we're in a good spot, and we know how we want at least those first couple of practices rep-wise to look. And I think that's important to know our team better than we know anyone else right now.
Sean, I know you look at milestones with players. In mandatory minicamp, are you expecting some of these rookies to start to take the next step in terms of their knowledge within the offense and defense?
We are. It's so hard to be a rookie in this league. There's just so much thrown at a young player, from scheme to adjusting to a new life, a new city. So, our staff does a great job, our development staff, of helping our young players, even where to live sometimes, right? So right now we're trying to get them to finish strong, Maddie, and then they'll get a break, which I'm sure they're all looking forward to. The vets have been able to, go home from time to time, and
No, it's
not
actually
so
a
much for the
Sal.
rookie class. So they'll be, I'm sure, anxious to
Actually a Sal.
get a little bit of space and time, and then, but it's important for them to have a great summer as well and come back ready to go in shape, and to have a great training camp and get themselves ready for the season.
No, they said Diggs is the only one not back. Straight from Sean McDermott. I can't go back.
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch, Sal. I mean, it really has. Those guys have worked hard as well. Some new names maybe in that room, maybe that people aren't familiar with, and it's been interesting to watch them getting on the same page with our quarterbacks, and not just them, the running backs, tight ends, all working to get on the same page, and they've done a good job. They really have. You've got new faces in the room, new names. Trent coming in, and Deontay coming in, among others. And then some new faces as well, some rookie guys. So,
Who's not a fake.
To this point, I
Not a
think
fake
that
Twitter
they've
account.
put in a nice
Real,
off
very
season, and
real.
they're working their butts off to detail it up, so that we've got the execution that we need.
What have you learned about him since you've been spending more time with him?
Right. No, I respected his game being on the other side, going against him this past year in particular, and what a great young man in terms of what he brings to our football team off the field. He's adjusted extremely well, and he's a hard worker on the field, and he just he's been a good addition to our team. And again, it's here's another player that you really don't know until you get the pads on. We think we know him because we went against him obviously there and have a lot of respect for his game. But it's also when you get a chance to get to meet him as a person and get to know him that way, get to know his family a little bit.
So I think Sean McDermott shut it down fast.
You're able to see a little bit more once training camp hits and the pads come on.
Hey, Sean, I apologize in advance, just pretty tight. But since the rule went down for the kickoffs, have you had a chance to kind of analyze how that's going to impact your team, which is a good special teams team that kind of
Right.
take a thing away from you?
Yeah, in all honesty, Sal, we're still working through that. We're still having those necessary conversations, and conversations yet to be had or continue to be
Sean
had
McDermott.
with that topic. And I think right now, if I told you I know everything that I need to know and this is what we're going to do, I wouldn't be being honest with you. So that's a kind of a to be continued topic for us right now.
If I could ask you, last year, did you guys make a more concerted effort to have Tyler keep the ball in play? It seemed like the touchbacks were down, but was that by design?
Some of it was intentional. Yeah. I mean, I think Tyler does a really good job. We do like to hang the ball up, if that's what you're asking, and depends on the situation, the game. But that is something that we do believe in. Yes.
Sean, last week go ahead. Last week it was encouraging to see DeMar with a helmet on out there, kind of working into the team reps. Can you just gauge kind of where he's at? I know training camp is the next big hurdle for him when the pads go on, but how has he come along at this point?
Yeah. Continues to amaze us all. He had an interception. I'm not sure if you guys were out there the day he had an interception. I think it was last week. To just watch that unfold and
Not good, Mr. Torres. Not good.
just a moment, I guess, that I'll never forget. Right, as long as I've been coaching, and then when I'm done coaching someday, and it's fun to watch that. Right, for a young man to have that moment, and then for him to continue to be taking steps towards getting back. All that being said, it's still one day at a time, and at his cadence. So,
Talk to us about Diggs.
Impressed by his approach, and we'll see where it goes, but taking it one day at a time.
Are his reps increasing? It's ultimately his. I would ask him how much confidence. I know Brandon talked about how it's really a mental thing for him, and gaining. Physically, he's clear, but are his reps increasing? Do you see progress in that?
They've increased. I would say, especially this past week, a little bit more, and so you'll see him out there today. And but again, at his cadence, that's right for him. Yeah.
Sean, things are a lot different for Trey White this year right now, just to where they were a year ago. Where do you see him? I guess both physically and then maybe even mentally as well.
Yeah, I think he's worked extremely, extremely hard, which I don't take for granted. And but knowing him and knowing his level of commitment, his level of dedication to being the player that he knows he wants to be, and that I say that with or without the injury that he went through, he's just a young man that's dedicated and committed, and wants to be great, and he puts in the work. He is one of our hardest workers, and so yeah, I think he's had a good spring, and he'll continue to work this off season, the summer piece I'm talking about, and get himself ready for training camp. Well, outside of Trey, it's a pretty young group, with Kyer, Christian, Dane. Dane's, kind of between the young guys and Trey. Dane's another guy we have a lot of confidence in, and he does things right.
I have no idea.
He's got great DNA.
I have no idea. Talk about
played
it.
a lot of snaps for us, and then you've got the young guys, which is Kyer, Christian, and Jamarcus, all in their second year, and then you've got some other guys that are mixed into that as well. So, and then you've got our nickels with Taryn and those guys. So, great competition. I've seen all of those players improve from year one to year two, which is good to see. And now, again, to be continued with where they go as they finish this week and finish strong, and then get into training camp.
Sean, what have you seen from Taylor Rapp so far? This guy you brought in this off season.
Someone talk about Stefon Diggs.
Second.
Right. He's been a great addition. Great person. Great energy on a day-to-day basis. Very consistent in his approach. Smart football player, and he's working at safety and learning the defense right now, and we'll see where it goes.
John, how much does it hurt to not have?
Later, bro. Thanks for coming in.
You don't have a game for 3 months, but on the other hand, there are a number of
Right.
defensive pieces that you're trying to acclimate.
Talk to us about Diggs.
Yeah, I mean, when players miss, in particular, a player of Steph's caliber, you'd love to have those players here. So, but overall, been pleased with the attendance and the guys' effort.
Do you have a countdown clock to training camp? Getting five?
No, I don't think so. We're just focused right now on this practice today. No, not at this point. All right. Thanks, guys.
Well, that's wow. Okay. The stream's new title is Stefon Diggs not at mandatory minicamp. Okay, that's the new title of this stream, baby. All right, let's talk about it. That's the new title of this stream, baby. This broadcast must be scheduled for I'm changing the title, fool. All right, dude. All right, whatever. Stefon Diggs not at mandatory minicamp. This is something. This is something. We have Buffalo Dave saying, uh-oh. Uh-oh is right. What the hell? Keith Stewart said that. That sucked. We were looking forward to that a lot. Completely gone. Sal is saying the media is a joke. I wonder if that's Sal Capaccio coming in, saying, what the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on here, man? I'm getting here, dude. I'm getting trolled by so many people. Dude, I'm getting trolled by everybody right now. I'm getting absolutely trolled by so many different people. Listen, I'm not saying that we're going to give Diggs what he wants, right? We're not going to give him what he wants. He threw the same fit with Minnesota. He threw the same thing with Minnesota. He had to play a whole new year after that and still did pretty well. So let's hope that this makes it happen. Let's make it work. He's an integral part of our offense. If he's gone, we have some things we got to talk about. Gabriel's coming in saying, damn, this is an issue now. It definitely is an issue right now. Why do I feel like they're trolling us? I hope so. Honestly, I was hoping that dude would have just snuck behind McDermott and just asked some question and did his thing. But holy hell, man. Okay, I need to do some SEO situation right here. There's a lot that we need to talk about right now. Stefon Diggs, not Stefon Diggs, minicamp. There we go. Stefon Diggs minicamp, bro. Save this. Stefon Diggs not at Bills mandatory minicamp. I just got to do this because, I feel like I need some more Bills fans in here to talk me over a ledge here. I feel like I need some more. Dude, I am getting blown up right now, bro. It's all for attention. He'll be there tomorrow for a watch. He's going to take a $30,000 fine just not to be there to make a thing. It's Bean's fault. No, let's not jump to conclusions here. And so until I see that he wants to hold out or until he says that he wants to have a trade, then I'm not going to read too much into it. He wants to go to Dallas. Shut up, Clay. Just get as many picks as possible. I'm nervous now. How much fines? It's $30,000 per practice that you don't show up to. You're right. Sal C wouldn't say he wasn't there if he wasn't. Who cares? It's one day. Sarah Christine says, I really hate to say I told you so, but Bean should have grabbed D-Hop before this crap was aired publicly. I told you all we needed was an experienced wide receiver rather than another 30-plus-year-old. So Diggs is 30, and then so is D-Hop, though. Same thing. You know what I mean? There's definitely something going on with Diggs and the Bills. I feel like we're just hiding it at this point. Sign T.Y. Hilton. Come on, man. It's like 38. Bills can't trade Diggs. It's not possible financially for the Bills. There's a $45 million dead cap, but he restructured his contract. The Bills can get rid of him this year for a potential out, but the out's not until here. Let's go ahead and just check out Spot Track, his contract. Like, I think, like, there's no way that he could be traded because, like, we would be screwed financially, right? But he could potentially just say, I'm not playing this year. Does he really want to do that? Right? It doesn't make sense, right? Because here, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can take a look at this contract right now. So we can take a look at this contract and see what this guy's all about. So Stefon Diggs contract breakdown. Okay, so we have 2023. His base salary is 1.1 this year. Next year, he gets $18.5 million. What's going through this man's head? He's getting $18.5 million next year. And the out is in 2025. What does this man want? What does this man want? Find Diggs and bench him? No, let's not bench him. That's for sure. If Diggs shows up, trade him to Arizona for a first rounder. Yeah, dude. And so if he doesn't, and so if he demands a trade, I really hope that we send him over to an absolute fucking ass team like the Dolphins or some other team where he has no chance of winning. Absolute no chance of winning if he's not there. That would be something. Cato is coming in saying Diggs is a lame, but the team's not good at the receiver position. We're going to need that. Yeah. We're going to need that. James Lucas is coming in saying, I'm not surprised that he's not here. I'm not surprised that he's not there. Why is that? Trade him for Devontae Adams. Dude, I really hope like he has like some excuse. Like maybe he's having a kid or something like that. Or maybe he had like a family emergency. Maybe it was an excuse absence. Maybe he's just trying to get everybody upset. Send him to the Lions. Patty's coming in saying, why would he redo his contract if this is what he was going to do? Even his teammate being on Madden couldn't make him happy. It's true. Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I'm not sure about you, but like normally he like gasses up his boy. He didn't gas up Josh Allen at all. He didn't gas up Josh Allen at all. Sharon Watson's coming in saying the Minnesota Vikings fan or the Minnesota Vikings Diggs is finally showing up. I'm sure Minnesota Vikings fans are salivating right now, too. They're like, damn, about time. About time they saw this. So Diggs just wants attention. Diggs 2024, third rounder for Devontae Adams at a fifth. And so Josh Allen is the franchise over Diggs. He is. Send him to the Rams in LA. And so if he wants to. So he didn't even post Josh's cover. And so I despise diva characters like him, spoiled brat attitude, having it too good, I guess. Turns out it was better for the Bills to draft the new guy with that first pick than to trade for him. And so who were to even know that like we would have ended up getting like Jefferson at that point. I mean, I suppose we could have, but and so I'm not too concerned right now, but culturally, we need our vets all in and helping rookies. It's disappointing more than anything else. I definitely agree. I think this is absolutely absurd. We are both using the same vape, bruh. Tripping. What's the flavor? It's Fuji Ice. And as you can see, I've probably been hitting it a lot more than I should have at this point since we've seen this. Scott F. Shakir, Davis Shorter, Kincaid, Knox, Mahomes makes no-name wide receivers look good. We have Josh Allen 17. We do. And so if he wants to be the center of negative attention, I think he did it. Yep. He should be very concerned. Trade for St. Brown. We can't trade him. Like, we can't trade him at all. So it's either that he holds out or he just takes a bunch of fines for minicamp and he comes and he plays. That's really all it is. Mo Brown's coming in saying we need D-Hop now. Next up, Brandon Bean going live to talk about Diggs. There's no way. Is there? What the hell is going on, man? Next up, let's see. Sign D-Hop ASAP. We got MB41 coming in saying trade Diggs. I'm not sure about that. And so if we trade him, bro, like we're $45 million in dead cap. How does that help? It doesn't help. We can trade him. No excuses. And so my pride is not worth $45 million. And for us to be like in cap hell for the next like 10 years, no way. Without Diggs, you guys are 9-8. It's not looking good. Dead cap is massive. Dead cap is absolutely massive. Why are we, dude? Why in the world did this become a thing today? Why in the hell did this become a thing today? I was not expecting this to happen. Sarah Christine is saying he's putting McDermott in a bad spot too, basically doing whatever he wants and daring McD to bench him. Talk Sports all about on ESPN right now. Once a quitter, always a quitter. Rappaport. As long as Allen wants to be there, yeah, dude. And so as long as Josh Allen's there, we got a shot. But, like, it doesn't help our offense at all. Like that was a consistent 1,000-yard receiver on us right there. John Marlowe says, yo, Josh, I'm open. But, like, there's 3 guys on me and I'm open. And he acts like he knows the pressure of a quarterback. Stress level high. It's got to be. Sharon Watson is saying this might be better for us in the long run. And so rely on the run game and use our wide receiver and Kincaid, how the Chiefs run their offense. I'm not saying that this is over with, man. I'm really hoping that this is an excuse absence. I mean, not that I hope that there's anything going on in his life personally where he couldn't be there, or if he got caught up, he missed his flight or something like that. I don't know. But things aren't looking good if that's the case. Trick says, I hope he just forgot today was mandatory. Me too. Making it all about him, nice. Barely threw it to Diggs last year anyways. He had like 1,300 yards receiving, man. Yeah, he was our leading receiver. And so Allen loves it here, and he will retire a Buffalo Bill. He will. He's making himself look like a fool in front of the whole NFL. And so everyone's praying on our downfall right now, bro. Everyone's praying on our downfall. They hope that that's the case. So Diggs is in Buffalo, though? What do you mean? And so I've heard that like a time or two where somebody is just like, oh, yeah, like he was at the airport. Like, who said that, though? Like some like random Twitter user? And so unless I see a picture of him at the airport or like a video of him walking in, like I'm just assuming that's not factual. And so it took him 3 years to show the same BS he pulled in Minnesota. Diggs wants to be a Cowboy. I have no idea, especially if he wants to win. And so he's getting sick of choking in the playoffs. I think the Dallas Cowboys is like the last place that he would want to go to. But it's hard to understand what he wants. He is in town, just not at practice. But, like, who reported that, though? Like, who reported that? Was that just, like, some, like, random Twitter user? Or was it, like, an actual credible source? No, I don't think that was it. Is Diggs related to AB? Diggs for Barkley? He grew up a Cowboys fan, yeah, but I mean, you're right. And so the Jets are. Because you know that your team isn't. No way in hell we have two capable backs. Diggs obviously has a problem with Dorsey. I feel like a lot of us do. Is Ultra Cowboy? Bro. So Diggs already tired of crappy weather. So Diggs is giving me those selfish vibes. And so if he really does hold out, has historic years with Josh, and then pulls his BS, he's going to take into account the adversity the entire team faced last year. Makes me wonder why the Bills marketing team wants to boost the PR on it. I mean, it's news, you know what I mean? And so the Bills would win without Diggs. So we have the best quarterback in the division. Yeah, y'all did this with Mahomes when Hill left. It's crazy because Diggs wasn't a Pro Bowl / All-Pro until he got with Allen, and now after one bad playoff loss, he acts out. I'm disappointed we haven't gotten into it. When the Bills are in the AFC Championship game again, this will all be forgotten. And it's not even over either. You know what I mean? It's not even over. Like, for all we know, this guy had like some sort of family emergency, and this is excused. Bills Mafia should be on a manhunt for Stefon Diggs. Where are you, bro? Get your ass to practice. You wonder what he wants from the Bills here. Hilton is 33. And he's a captain. Josh Allen without Diggs is going to go back to his first 2 years and would still be leaps and bounds better than Tua. Leaps and bounds. If Josh plays sharp and flawless and without Diggs, then he will be MVP totally. Is Allen made Diggs? He did. And so he made him a Pro Bowler. And he made him an All-Pro. Brandon Keene's coming in saying, as a Jets fan, this makes no sense to me on top of a contending team with an elite quarterback, and he's been paid. It's nice to see dysfunction that isn't in the Jets building, though. Has to be. It's only a 13 million cap hit in 2023, and so if you trade him, but next year's cap will be 31 million. So I don't trust him anymore. Matthews coming in saying that the Bills are going to trade Diggs away and sign Hopkins. It's not excused, and so if it were excused, he wouldn't have said very concerned. So Darnell Davis is coming in saying, and so I know the Bills have a great roster, but McDermott is the one I worry about his coaching in the playoffs. Not good. That is just wild. Is this the beginning of the Buffalo Bills villain arc? Could be. Are the roundtable about to be a movie? And so you're just about to see TD scream, bro. He's going to scream. And so these guys are just going to scream, like thinking that their takes make more sense because they raise the volume of their voice. Doesn't make their takes good. Does not make their takes good whatsoever. Trade him similar to the Tyreek. So if he had a family emergency, McDermott would have known about it. So Tua's already ready to recover from another concussion. Do we call D-Hop? Yeah, dude. Like I said, all fan bases are allowed to come on this stream, but don't cry when I absolutely take your soul. Don't cry when I take your soul. All fan bases are welcome, but if you talk shit, I'm talking shit back. That's how it works. Be More Ravens Jr. saying Bills will miss the playoffs again. Looks like you're a Ravens guy. The Ravens will be first rounded in the playoffs, like always, every single year. So, sounds good. Bills fans nervous. Not at all. Not at all. Dolphins fans to me remind me of that kid, in high school that would always chirp and he gets his ass kicked every single time that he gets in a fight, but he still talks shit, right? And so you ask yourself, you're like, you know what? Is this kid mentally off? Why does he continue to chirp when every single time when it matters the most, he gets punched in the mouth and embarrassed? But he's holding on to a spelling bee that he won fucking 40 years ago. Dude. You get your ass kicked every year. You are disappointed every year. How do you still root for this team? How do you still root for this team, man? It kills me. So New York media would have been all over McDermott. This media is a joke, absolutely. And so it would be funny if Diggs sat out the entire season and the Bills went on to win a Super Bowl. That would be funny. John's coming in saying that we are overreacting. Everything is fine. We're not nervous because we have Josh Allen. So TD screams. I love TD. He just trolls me all the time, and it's upsetting. When's the next day at camp? Tomorrow. And then the next day. It's 13th, 14th, 15th. So Bills in third place. You mean that we're really going to disrespect the Dolphins and take away their home? Because that's exactly where y'all are. That's exactly where y'all are placing each and every single year. So Aaron Rodgers is about to go crazy week 1. And so we really don't do that. And so he really has not historically done well against our defense. I'm not worried about it. We got a donation coming in. Thank you so much, man. Great way to support the channel. Does God the morally good because they are morally good, or are they morally good because God loves them? Oh wow. Wow, we're getting deep. Does God the morally good because they are morally good? Or are they morally good because God loves them? And so I think it's because they love them, man. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Not nervous, more irritated. So am I. Let's get ready to rumble. Dan coming in with the heat. So Buffalo Bills are that they talk shit, then choked in the biggest game. It has been there. Yeah, I'm not sure that. Okay. I just bought a Stefon Diggs jersey. Things will be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Go Bills. Angels coming in. Yo, what the fuck is going on? Zach comes in. Zach, let me tell you, scorched earth. Things aren't looking good. I need to go to the gym and like not look at anything. Bengals, babe, thank you. Thank you for humbling these fucking fools, okay? Dude has the damn audacity to come in here and tell me about the playoffs. And meanwhile, they have a quarterback that's 1-5 in the playoffs that they just paid a bag to. Come on. Come on. Stefon Diggs just missed camp to have his name legally changed to Diva Diggs. Grant is saying, is he mad that we aren't going after Diop or D Cook? Maybe he's mad that we are going after Diop. Maybe he was mad that we are looking to grab somebody else. Brandon Day. Dan, if this team is to make another move, where do you see that happening? It all depends on what Stefon Diggs has to say. It all depends on what Stefon Diggs has to say. Done 716. Dan, take a deep breath, man. Jeez. How long is minicamp? 13th to the 15th. At times you're looking sick to your stomach. You're right, man. It's all going to be good. Thank you for talking me off a ledge. Run the damn ball is damn right. Chad Ocho Cinco vibes. We have Connor asking if there's a rift between Dorsey. Perhaps it's not a money or role issue. Can't be. Grant Turner's coming in. And so I don't buy that he was always complaining about getting help out there, and we have made recent moves that don't do that or hinder those chances. I'm not sure. Diggs realized this team has never won a Super Bowl and never will. Yo, dude, how old were you when the Miami Dolphins won a Super Bowl? -25? That's so cringe. That's so cringy when people brag about a Super Bowl that they weren't even around to celebrate. So cringy. And so he could very well show up tomorrow. So Keyshawn said he would rather have Rodgers than Allen, even at his stage in his career, and the media is out of their minds just because we lost to the Bengals in the playoffs. That's what happens when you're a good team, man. And so they don't believe that you should be a good team, right? Like, we're a small market team, and they'll always find a reason to get us. And so is it worth it? Absolutely, it's worth it. 110%. Who is that? I'm going to look this guy up on Twitter. Who is that? Who is that dude? Damn. All right, guys, that's enough for now. Saw a little hour-and-a-half stream, little anxiety. Like I said, I feel completely fine about this. Do keep in mind that I am streaming again for Bills Mafia Happy Hour at 5 p.m. EST. Hopefully, we will know a hell of a lot more. When this all unravels. I will be live at 5 p.m. EST. I'm going to go work out some aggression at the gym, make myself some food, and make it work. Smash that like button on your way out. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and turn on your notifications so you never miss another stream. We obviously have a lot to talk about. See y'all later. Go Bills.